If I sang the opening theme to Inuyasha, he would go limp as a cooked noodle.
Chicken boy, say that to my face, you limp noodle.
Hello friends and welcome back to Red X, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up, if you please. I would be much obliged. Yeah, today we're jumping into r/legbeard stories. We gotta give back to that Unfortunate saga. I have been off it for almost 2 weeks at this point, and I'll tell you a little story about why, alright? In the previous story, we used a couple of B words very close together that YouTube doesn't like too much. It was curse words that were too concentrated within a span of time, which, I don't know, YouTube really doesn't lay it all out for you, but apparently I used too many bad words too close together, and basically the video got slapped with like an 18 plus. It's the only video on my channel that has an 18 plus rating, so if you're not logged into YouTube, you can't watch it at all, which really does suck, but I guess I'll have to be a little bit more careful. And even on top of that, things rolled downhill and it ended up messing up my monetization rating score, and a bunch of other videos got demonetized, like 10 or 12 of them, and 6 of them ended up not regaining their monetization status. So yeah, really sad stuff that went on. So I was off of Unfortunate for a little while, but we must press on as we do. I'll just have to be a little more conscious of the words that are coming out of my mouth. So, I hope you'll bear with me. Yeah, that's all I really got to say, so let's get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this Legbeard Stories cringe. I probably told you 3 times already this week, but I'm still stalling for time a little bit. You should subscribe to one of my podcast services, or maybe check out Mr. and Mrs. Red X, mine and my wife's channel, if you're looking for some r/praying mantis, a little bit of counter creeping action, creeping out the creeps. It is kind of what we do around here. It fits within the theme. But anyways, we are into Unfortunate part number 18 now. Destruction boner. I don't know if that's a demonetizable word, but like I said, I'm really paranoid lately. Anyways, hey everyone. Hi, that green bear. Hey, Red X. Oh, I jumped in before. I thought I was everybody. All right. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone, 1, thank you for letting me spill my guts and seeing people's reactions. It actually really does help me, so thank you for indulging me. Red X, cringing with me over my pain? Yes, such heals, such gains. Yeah, you suffered through writing it, so I'll suffer through reading it, and then everybody else can suffer through listening through it. That's a 3-way win, I guess. 2, these events are about a decade old. I made it out, and I'm doing good these days. So you can feel sad and frustrated over my past predicaments, but know to yourself that I did turn it around and leave. This episode is Naruto Headband exclusive. Prepare yourselves. Oh god, you're actually gonna make me miss Unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Get it? It's not really a good joke. Alright. Not safe for work warnings. Neckbeards are gross, and this story is, of course, no exception. You have been warned twice now. Things get ridiculously heavy in this saga. Feel free to nope out whenever you need to. No shame in that. Are you new to this saga, perhaps? I recommend that you start with Red X reading the prologue here. The last one before that one was here, and the next part is over here. And we also got Brute's accounts, which we need to get to, but we've got like, what, 17, 18 more stories? No, it's not that many. God, my math is horrible. I can't think on the fly. Just know that we're over halfway, slightly over halfway at this point. That's gonna have to do. And of course, we've got our cast. Unfortunate is absent for this segment. I'd like to be grateful, but I know I'm probably not. We've also got Greeny, who is our OP. When you think you can't just leave, the choices I made make sense. Maybe. Abuse is a hell of a drug where leaving isn't just being alone, but apparently I would be killed or perhaps even die. Welcome to the world's worst theme park where the ride never stops. Is that Mr. Bones' Wild Ride? Jesus. Greenie did a great job of explaining her mental state in one of the previous parts, but that doesn't necessarily make it that much easier to stomach. Oh, we've also got Naruto Headband, neckbeard that is currently dating OP, zero respect for anyone except himself, and if he doesn't derive enjoyment from it instantly, then it's not worth it. Mimic is OP's friend with the same first name. Used to have a crush on Naruto Headband, now dating Ballet Beard. Went to Japanese classes weekly with OP. Oh, Mimic making a comeback. It's been a while. Ballet Beard, I'll have to give him his own chapter at some point. The first time I met him, he wooed Mimic by talking about a Sailor Moon poop game. What? I wish I was making this up, but I was there. Oh, God, dude. What is that? I'm not even going to look it up. I do know that there are some very creepy games out there on the internet. One day I caught my 6-year-old, this is a few years back, but she was 6 at the time. She's playing a pregnant Elsa dentist game. And I'm like, what is this? It's far too specific. I can't. Oh, but yeah. the poop Sailor Moon poop game. I was there. Where is the brain bleach? Oh, once I invent that, I'll be a millionaire. Like Osgood from Ramtide's Tales, he was a motor mouth who could just not shut up. Fabulous Peacock is one of the many that unfortunate Nookie tried to woo, who rejected her flat out. Very seldom, very carefully, sometimes agreed to see Nookie after that point. She is now also slowly becoming OP's friend. And with the cast list out of the way, let us dive back in after a recap. Where last we left off, we talked about Birch and Bastich, which are their new names now as far as YouTube is concerned. These are Nookie's true, judgment-free friends who accepted her as she was. Unlike OP, or Artist, or Brute, or Fabulous Peacock, or Vegan. Also, Buddha never saw OP since Naruto Headband completely denied that request. OP and Fabulous Peacock finally met and started to see the truth behind Nookie's constant lies. Yes, indeed, put them puzzle pieces together. And now, we are back in current events. Okay, so I know we have covered how much of a bag of crap Naruto Headband is, but somehow, miraculously, there is still more. Whenever I was upset, no matter what the reason, Naruto Headband could only process a few possible reasons why a woman could be upset, and he always, every single goddamn time I tried to tell him anything, had the same response. I'd tell him, like, that I'm really torn about how my mother died, or I had a nightmare about giving her corpse CPR, or I'm worried for my future, or I'm not sure that I'll make it in school, or I might not actually be smart enough or hardworking enough for this, or my father fell down some stairs and is in the hospital, or what if I lose my only parent? Yeah, that is a lot of anxiety. My solution for all of this is don't problem the problem until the problem problems you. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. Let's not focus on the what ifs. I don't know if that's helpful, but that's how I get through it. Sometimes I feel like everything's too much and I'm slowly losing my mind, and sometimes I honestly just want to end it all. Well, for all of these situations and more, Naruto Headband always had the same fix. Naruto Headband, you're on your period. I knew it was coming. Give it a week. You won't be upset about it anymore. Or, you're just hungry or dehydrated or tired. Eat or drink or sleep. You'll feel better. Now, that second piece of advice is not completely bad advice, but it also does write off how a person is feeling, which I wouldn't suggest in moments like that. Just listen. Say your feelings are valid, and then maybe offer the advice if you have some. Whatever. I'm not trying to give advice to a beardo. He's not gonna listen anyways. Yeah, because if my father dies, a nice nap and a nice meal would fix that one right up. Thank you, Naruto Headband. Why didn't I think of that? All I'm saying is there's no use suffering on behalf of somebody else's suffering. You know what I'm saying? Then you're just doubling the suffering. That don't make no sense. My theory is that he's just so dumb that his neocortex is an empty shell or a husk, and he only operates on his animal brain. No thinky, no feely. Only sate basic animal need. Eat, sleep, fuck. Yeah, that's definitely a mood. Get off your period, eat, drink, and sleep. There's nothing in the world that can't be fixed with these simple things, you guys. One time while I was at work, Naruto Headband's mom was looking after my dogs. She lost them. We've seen how she treats her own children. I would not trust that woman with anything of value. She called me and we took off in her car to search for them. We spent hours frantically looking for those dogs. Naruto Headband was with us, but he spent that entire time complaining. He's bored. This is pointless. Can he go home? He wants to go back to playing Metal Gear. The game will be there. The dogs might not. But I guess it ties in with no thinky, no feely. I love that. OP, we can't stop looking to take you back. Why are you even here if you don't care? Naruto Headband. Shut up. You can't yell at me. Who cares? They're just dogs. I want to go play games. They're just games. How about that? Flip reverse it. You're torturing me by making me sit hours on end in this car with a fever. Besides, this aimless driving is also wasting gas, and it's expensive. Are you planning on paying my mother back for the money that you're wasting? Yeah, because I'm so sure that that is what you're concerned about and not just getting back to your stupid little game. I mean, Metal Gear is a good game, but goddamn, exist in the real world for a few hours. It's okay. Which is also something that I tell myself on occasion. And he'd mostly just fiddle on his phone without even looking at me. We eventually found the dogs at a shelter in the next town over. Someone had found them in a construction site and taken them to the shelter on his way home. I will never forget or understand how he came with to just tell me and his mom to stop looking and stop caring, and to berate me for using his mom. Yeah, I'm the only one that's allowed to use her. What a waste, dude. I don't know if they're like kill shelters or what, if the dogs stay there too long, but yeah, you don't want your dogs to be in a freaking shelter. This is so bad. And it's kind of the mom's responsibility, so no, I wouldn't even pay her back for the gas. You're just fixing what you broke. I always, well, at least pretended to, listen to Naruto Headbands. He would attack and insult me if I wasn't appropriately interested in everything that he said, even when it was genius stuff like, I understand how refrigerators work when I thought of black holes. What?
I love refrigerators.
Are you on acid right now, bro? I bet this is how dogs see. What are you talking about? Naruto Headband didn't listen to me, and he just made fun of the things that I found important. If I tried to talk about dogs and later about anything at all, he'd just talk over the top of me, repeating himself over every word I said, as if to replace it with dog, 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 until I stopped trying to talk to him. And then he picked up whatever he was saying, and got mad at me if I didn't seem interested in whatever garbage he was spewing anymore. Don't be petulant like Unfortunately, OP. That's not very attractive. How about I don't give a damn what you find attractive anymore? How about this relationship is over? Man, I'm waiting for it. This is gonna be a good story. There's gonna be some catharsis. But we got a long way to go. When my brother got his first child, Naruto Headband was enamored. He wondered if we could have an adorable baby of our own. I said, no. Good answer. I mean, babies are great and all that, but you want somebody who's like equally invested. I was terrified of childbirth. Back then, I really disliked the idea of having kids. As always, he did not like me not sharing his opinion, but I stayed strong on this one. And it's a good thing you did too, or else you might be shackled to this person for life. And that is the most horrible fate that I can think of. Naruto Headband did the same crap he always did to try and get me to bone him. I did my acceptable soft declines until he escalated it into threats and insults, and then I gave up because I was just so tired. He did this several times a day. After some point, you just learn to cut your losses. I mean, if you tell someone no 1,000 times, 1,001 might be where you break. He would not let me eat. He would not let me sleep. He kept at it until I gave in, but I did not consent. The lack of physically fighting him is not the same as consenting. Just being hounded until exhaustion is not a yes. Even in the eyes of the law, that's true. Agreement under any sort of duress or coercion, which is exactly what this sounds like, that's not applicable. This is 100% assault. Naruto Headband, you're so dumb. You don't see it, do you? I know how to play you. I know what I have to do to get you to do what I want. And sometimes I wish I didn't have to do it. Oh, why can't you just do what I want you to do? Yeah, why can't you just be a piece of property? Pack yourself in my suitcase. Treat you like a piece of luggage. Jesus, I hate it. I hope the fall is so huge for this guy. I also knew that if I didn't just shut up and take it, he would just hurt me and take it anyways. I did what I could to survive. Take the path of least suffering. What was it that Stealthbeard OP said? Submission. Works for dogs, works for people. Those are exact words, yes indeed. He still had me under the illusion that breaking up with him meant that I would die, so that wasn't an option. Though this led me to start trying to convince myself that, maybe death wouldn't even be that bad. I've had some good experiences. Maybe 20-something is an okay age to die at, so for the time being I was essentially stuck in this living hell. But sometimes I would fight back. 20-something is definitely not an okay age to die at. What is that? I mean, I've accomplished some really cool stuff. Basically, all of the dreams that I dreamed for myself when I was a little lad, I have accomplished now. But I'm still not ready to kick the bucket. There's way more to go. I want to see where the roof is for this thing. You know what I'm saying? I've had some cool experiences, and I would like to continue to have cool experiences. And I'm glad that that is the conclusion that you came to as well, OP. Naruto Headband had a few very specific turnoffs. For some reason, and I discovered this entirely by accident, if I sang the opening theme to Inuyasha, he would go limp as a cooked noodle.
Chicken boy, say that to my face, you limp noodle.
That is very specific. He hated that song. I learned to sing it by heart. He would whine and cry that I was bullying him if I sang it. I used it only when I had to, which, given his persistency in constantly tormenting me, was admittedly pretty often. Hey, fair dues as far as I'm concerned. You just hope that he won't grow like a tolerance to it at some point. Sometimes I'd simply flick him in the nuts. A simple spell, but quite unbreakable. Though I had learned not to do that unless extremely desperate, because he would flick me back. And by flick, I mean his fist would hit an area normally hidden by clothes. Rarely I could flick the sack and get out of forced sex, with him crying like a bitch and managing to talk my way out of the retribution fist for the nut flick. Another one of his turnoffs was the trucker voice. Naruto Headband.
Come on, babe. Stop playing hard to get. You know you want to.
OP. I'm sorry, honey. I'm just really tired. I'm really not in the mood. Maybe tomorrow, please? Naruto Headband.
But you've been saying no for hours.
Hours!
And I've been so patient and waiting, and you'll just say later tomorrow, and you know I want you. Come on, stop being like that.
OP, imitating the biggest, beardiest, and growliest man she can.
Alright, little boy, let's get it on then. Bring that little shit stick of yours over.
Naruto Headband, horrified.
OP, what the hell? Stop it.
Trucker OP.
What's the matter, son? Didn't you want to shoot your goo? I'm gonna make a man out of you. Come on down to the bed now, boy. And Daddy'll take care of you.
Yeah, that's one way to go, isn't it? It's almost the beard voice, but not as fat sounding. I hope you can hear a difference. At the best of times, Naruto Headband walked out on me upset, and I enjoyed my moment of independence and the right to my own body. Oh, blessed be. At worst, he would hit me and turn me around so he wouldn't have to look at me while he did his business. Well, doesn't work 100% of the time, I guess. Jesus, dude. Just a total dirtbag. He never looked at me when he used me. On some level, he knew what he was doing to me was wrong, but as long as he didn't have to see me crying or look at how hurt I was, he could pretend that it was all great. I tried to stay as quiet as I could, I just wasn't there. It hurt less when I completely shut myself off, and he hated cuddling, so once it was done, it was normal, and he just walked out to play some video games. Jesus Christ. I was then left alone to try and collect myself and wash off that filthy feeling that no shower ever completely removed. Heavy. Heavy indeed. Naruto Headband had the habit of comparing me to Unfortunate when I behaved in ways that he didn't like.
That's such an Unfortunate thing to do. Only a girl like Unfortunate would do something like that. You're being gross like Unfortunate. Stop it.
Etc., etc. This is important to remember for the end. Yeah, that's a long way to go, but I'll try and remember. One day, I don't know why, but I asked Naruto Headband, who is the most beautiful girl in the world? I guess it was one of those insecure young girl questions, or maybe it was inspired by some sappy movie. I don't really remember, but I did ask him. Oh boy. What is the response to that gonna be? Unfortunately, knowing Naruto Headband, I don't think that it is going to be OP, who he is currently dating. And of course, Naruto Headband named a former classmate. Not even someone famous, just like somebody directly like within his sight line. What the hell is this, dude? I don't know why that surprised me. Why it surprised me that it hurt, but it definitely did. When he saw how heartbroken it made me, he tried to take it back, but the damage was already done. And when he couldn't take it back, he simply shamed me for being upset. Again,
he had done nothing wrong. It wasn't fair. I was just being a crazy, jealous bitch like Unfortunate.
When I couldn't stop being sad about it, he dropped this lovely gift on me. Naruto Headband.
Sometimes I really would want to kill you.
Bruh. Every story we go along, I'm so much gladder that OP made it out, but nothing has made me gladder than this story. Like, that is a direct and open threat. I question again, how is this person still walking around in society? If indeed he is. I hope he's not. This obviously upset me even more, And when he realized that I was about to leave again, because why the hell am I with a guy who doesn't find me desirable and wants me dead? He suddenly became,
oh, so sweet.
Attentive and kind and caring.
That other girl being the prettiest and wanted to kill you, those were all meaningless things that I said in a state that I could definitely not ever be in again. I actually truly really love you and care about you, OP. You just need to give me a chance to prove it.
Taking special care to compliment my looks, obviously, for about a week until I calmed down, as he liked to put it. And again, I loop it back to Stealthbeard. This is the same thing we saw. As soon as the victim is about to slip out of their grasp, they turn it all around for just long enough to get that person back under control. It's so disgusting, dude. What the hell's he talking about? Give me a chance to prove it. You've had, like, years to prove it, haven't you? What has taken you so long to prove it? Buy me another coconut for Christmas. Maybe that'll win me back. What the hell? And then, of course, he was right back to his usual shenanigans. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. It brings me some comfort to hear that abuse victims, on average, attempt to leave 6 to 7 times before they are actually able to leave, if they are able to leave at all. But yeah, there are repeating patterns of behavior here. And as I've said, not the first that we've seen it either, both in Stealthbeard and this story, and probably some other ones that we did further in the past that I can't really recall at the moment. But yes, pattern, 100%. At one point, though, Naruto Headband gave me permission to hit him whenever he wasn't accepting my no, because we actually did try to sort through our troublesome relationship, and he agreed that the issue is he doesn't understand that my no means no. Yeah, I don't think that's something that you fix with hitting. I think that can only be fixed by, like, not being an idiot. Maybe we'll try electroshock therapy. Naruto Headband.
If you hit me, I'll know that this is bad and I'll stop.
I'll admit that I was really excited about this new turn in our relationship. I got to hit him tens of times a day, and at first he'd give a surprised, apologetic chuckle. Then he got worried about how often I hit him. If he asked, I always explained about the latest strike on his persons. Then he got irritated. Alas, it was too good to be true, and after a few days, Naruto Headband called back the right to hit him.
I don't think it's helping. I'm sure I'll respect your boundaries when you state them.
Oh, the balls. Was that where you were hitting him? Because it probably would help if you hit him in the balls. Then he'll remember. But yeah, this relationship is so damaged, and then you think hitting is going to fix it? Oh, God. That just shows the level of respect. The second you or your partner, either one hits the other, the respect is gone. It's out the window. The relationship is essentially over at that point. As always, my suggestion to fix the relationship is open communication, but this guy doesn't seem very open to communicating. It's like trying to communicate with a brick wall. So, yeah, the best thing to do at that point, cut your losses, and eventually OP will, so I hold on to that. For some reason, at one point, he started a fantasy. This was before we lived together, and I was in my own apartment where he hung out / unofficially lived with me. We were lying in bed side by side when he did some rare cuddling up to me and started, Naruto Headband.
Wouldn't it be funny if I, threw your PlayStation controller through the TV?
Sweetie
That is not the romantic moment I was expecting. What are you talking about? OP? What the hell? No! No, it wouldn't! He almost purred, like he was getting off on what he was saying. He tightened his hug on me. Naruto Headband.
Tear out your ceiling lamp, uncap and dry up all your markers. tear up all your drawing paper, all the drawings you've ever made, and break your grandmother's full-length mirror, and bounce all over your sofa till it's in shambles, and maybe even toss it against the wall, and gouge the insides out with a knife, and tip over your bookshelf, and rip the pages from your favorite books.
Bro, this is some psychopath level. What is going on? OP has the same question. Stop it, man. What the hell? This is not even funny. I was struggling in his arms now, and he was not letting me go. The claustro hug was strong. I could feel him getting hard, which made all of this so much worse. Ew! What the hell? God! Yeah, that does make it about 100 times worse. What? But he continues.
I could break all your plates, throw your drinking glasses into the wall, bend the forks, and tear the power cord off your fridge, and let all the food rot, and tip it over on the floor, and break your windows, and smash your laptop, and split your drawing tablet in half, cut up all your clothes, and throw toilet paper everywhere. Don't you think it would be funny?
Your idea and my idea of funny are really, really different. Is this something that you're planning to post on the internet? Like that one dude who just piled up every possession in his house, like in the corner of his living room? I think that could be interesting if you've got the time to put it all back, but no. Irreparably damaging everything and you don't have the money to pay for it? Yeah. I'm gonna pass on all that. All that you said? No. Just no. He kept on going on and on about
how funny it would be to destroy my entire apartment and everything I owned,
detailing every part of this endeavor that he would enjoy. Yeah. And I was the crazy, over-emotional bitch, right? Oh my god, dude. Psychopath. Narcissist. I can't say these words enough, but they just keep on applying. In hindsight, this is all super obvious, but when I was living through this, I hate to admit, but I'd been terrified all my life. My childhood was full of violence. My father choked my mother in front of me when I was only 4. I obviously didn't comprehend why, and it didn't help that it happened because I let my father into the apartment that we were staying at. I didn't realize or know that we were constantly running away from him. My mother's new boyfriend chased us out with a knife. I was constantly bullied, even by my friends. I grew up feeling responsible for things that I wasn't responsible for. Because if I was responsible, then I could control it. I had the illusion of safety in a hostile environment when I clung to that illusion of control. And if things were my fault, great, I could work even harder and do even better. I can control myself. This way, I at least have a hand on the steering wheel. Yeah, a phantom hand, an illusionary hand. The truth is, nobody's in control of anything. I could go outside tomorrow to buy cigarettes and get hit by a bus, you know what I'm saying? We just do the best we can. And again, don't let the problem you. But that is some shocking emotional trauma to go through as a child. And I'm sure that it did change some things about how you saw the world. So this is good. More insight. I mean, not good that it happened, but good for the insight at the very least. Because if Naruto Headband was to blame, if Naruto Headband was responsible, if Naruto Headband was really the one who was abusing me, then I couldn't control that. I could never know what'll happen next, and I could never be sure if he would actually decide to just kill me one day. And he also used my mother's death as a reminder that I had failed one loved one already, so
I better not fail again with him.
I was afraid. I was responsible, And in between it all, he
I love you so much, and you're the best, and the kindest, and the sweetest, and you're my one and only, and I was so lucky to have you. Also, you're so lucky to have me as well.
a friendly reminder.
I want nothing but to protect you and treat you like a princess.
Only he can't protect you from himself.
You know that, right? Only a crazy, unreasonable person would ever paint demons on the walls and want to see me as some bad person when all I do is love you so much.
That's some fine gaslighting.
What's wrong with you, OP? You're smarter than that. Your wit is one of the reasons that I fell for you. This demonizing me for no reason makes you seem exceptionally stupid. I've never wanted to hurt anyone in my life. Is your life really so boring, OP, that you have to create monsters to make it more exciting? Get off your high horse, OP. You're not better than anyone, and you're not that interesting.
Like in the same sentence. Holy God, dude. This is a lot to dissect. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it here as it is, and we can laugh at it in the comments. Because, yes, this is some mental Olympics level stuff.
No one would bother to do any of the things you claim I've done. I'm loyal, and I love you. Why are you abusing me by lying like this, OP?
What a flip.
What's wrong with you? Do you really think you can leave someone who does nothing but cares for you and murder a person again with your laziness and neglect? You would have no right to live if you did that.
Jesus Christ, dude. I get how you were mentally worn down, because just that wall of text mentally wore me down. Oh, I guess the difference is that I wouldn't stick around and listen to it. I will be gone like the wind. I was so scared and tired all the time, and I put most of my focus on putting up a cheerful front to the world or distracting myself with the latest Nookie thing. They were horrible too, but it was just so much lighter than dealing with Naruto Headband's relationship with myself. Even if I didn't believe Naruto Headband's lies, he would just hurt me until I stopped questioning him or arguing with him that no, he definitely said he wanted to kill me and that is not okay. Oh, he didn't? Oh, okay, well, if he didn't, then I must have behaved so irrationally that I deserved it. Because I'm yelling at him right now like a crazy person for no reason, and my emotional state is proof that I'm in the wrong here. Oh, I'm sorry? Please don't hurt me. I'll be good, just please stop. Whatever you say, sure, just please stop. If I did what he wanted, I could have at least a moment of peace. And then we would rinse and repeat from outrage to defiance and evidence of his bullshit to love bombing me to get my guard back down to gaslighting me and making me the bad person in his abuse towards me. Indeed, I was just hurting myself here, because Naruto Headband never did anything bad to me. What's Nookie up to? Well, that's terrible, but funny and not quite as painful, so let's try and fix that instead. Hey, Nookie, what's up? Rinse and repeat that as well. That is the beautiful thing about stories like this, you know? You really get into the OP's head when things get expounded upon in these, like, super long sagas. And, yeah, I 100% see where OP is coming from. I don't think that I'd be in a situation like that myself, but you never realize it when you're in the actual situation. And as always, I do hope that, you know, if this video brings awareness to even one person who is in a situation like this, save yourself, get out. You will be okay. Starting over is hard, but it's not impossible. Naruto Headband and Unfortunate Nookie just ate up my time, so I basically barely saw anybody else. Naruto Headband didn't even want me to leave our place, and he warned me not to bring any girls over.
If you bring your female friends over,
he'd say,
I can't guarantee their safety.
God, dude. That is so ominous. Don't bring your friends here or I'm gonna molest them. Like, Are you serious right now?
If there's pretty girls in my home, no one knows what could happen. And that's on you for allowing them into my home, OP.
Yeah, not on you at all for not being able to control yourself. What is this? If I did bring in, say, Mimic or Unfortunate Nookie, whom Naruto Headband did not lust after, he would always just kind of hang around us, glaring, throwing comments like,
aren't you guys gonna do anything more productive with your time together? When is she leaving?
See, Naruto Headband was of the opinion that when you hung out with friends, it had to be worthwhile. If Mimic came over and we had cups of tea, chatted till we fell asleep and took a nap, this was considered a waste of Naruto Headband's time. If I didn't have something good enough to do with my friends, then I was wasting precious time that he could have used to spend time with his beloved OP. And again, he does always want to put up like this front of normalcy. So really, other people being around is one of the best shields that OP has, and he's trying to prevent her of that. This is the worst game of 4D chess that I've ever seen. I was slowly starting to hang out more with Fabulous Peacock. Despite multiple warnings from Naruto Headband, I made the mistake of taking Fabulous Peacock home with me. Oh god. True to his word, Naruto Headband started hitting on Fabulous Peacock right in front of me. Naruto Headband,
so, you're part Russian, huh? The Russian language is so beautiful. Is it hard to speak? Maybe you should give me some private lessons.
Alright, start with this one. Sokobliet!
Сука, 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 блядь, сука, 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 блядь, сука, 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 блядь.
I knew what he was doing, and Fabulous Peacock suspected something was fishy with how interested and friendly and awkwardly close he was sitting to her. To my great shame, I was so exhausted with the constant abuse that I was just so happy that someone else had to deal with his advances instead of me. I didn't protect her more than just keeping an eye on him. Usually witnesses were enough to stop Naruto Headband from doing anything physical. I still apologize to Fabulous Peacock about this incident to this very day, even though all he did was talk to her, thankfully. I mean, he didn't say anything, like, too horrible, I guess. Honestly, his game is, like, weak as hell, but I know what's going on between those eyes, and I don't like it. The horny little hamsters running on his wheel. Once, Mimic called me in the middle of the night, crying. I don't remember her voice. Mimic, oh my god, OP, it's the worst. We're in such shock. OP, what happened? Are you okay? Mimic, yeah? No? Balletbeard got mugged on his way back home. He was threatened with a knife. OP, what? That's terrible. Is he okay? Is he injured? Mimic, no, he's not injured. The guy roughed him up and he gave the guy his wallet and the dude just left. We're just in such shock. This is the scariest thing that ever happened to us. Can you and Naruto Headband please come over? I'm such a mess. We are such a mess. We just don't want to be alone right now. Mimic sobs. OP, already putting on my clothes. Of course, I'll be right over. I asked Naruto Headband, would he please drive us to Mimic's? Naruto Headband, why? OP, because she's distressed and specifically asked that we'd come. Balletbeard got mugged. Naruto Headband,
so what? Why do we have to go?
I mean, technically the mugging is over. You should be calling the police instead of your friends, even though the police aren't probably going to do anything either. But yes, this is all part of the social contract. Be a good friend, if you want to have them as friends, you know? But OP justifies her position, saying because they're our friends, and they called and told us that we're needed. What is there not to understand about that? Naruto Headband,
I don't see why we need to go. It's not like we can do anything about it.
OP, now losing her patience. The being present is what we need to do and what was asked of us as friends. If you won't drive me, I'll take a cab. Are you coming or not? Naruto Headband.
I'll come. But just so you know, this is such bullcrap, and it better be the last time that we do anything like this.
Yeah, probably the last time they're gonna get mugged. I don't know. The future's not ours to see, bro. Like I said, abuse is a hell of a drug. I swear it's nearing its end. Even I didn't put up with this forever. Also, now that we've covered extensively how good of a boy Naruto Headband was, have a tweet from him. Oh. And his tweet says,
I like this radical idea that some guys are actually good and it's not a gigantic deception.
Some guys are actually good. That just ain't you, though. That's a pretty simple one to grasp, isn't it? Jesus. Please feel frustrated with me. Can I get a ree? That's about the best I got right now.
I'm Pickle Red!
Next part, Unfortunate does her greatest stunt to date. A feat of daring do! She will ride to the ring of fire! Remember, laughter is the music of the soul. If you can laugh at it, you can get over it. Also, aim to shower daily, because it's good for you. Greenie, out. My expectations for Naruto Headband ever becoming a decent or normal human being are just so far out the window. I don't know how many different ways I can say that I despise somebody as much as I despise him. It's just, it causes me physical pain. Now you see why it took me 2 weeks to finally jump back in, even aside from the demonetization crap, which I think I did pretty good at censoring myself, but yeah, it just, it's so difficult to get through these, dude. Oh, I've got a certain threshold of impotent rage, okay, and anytime his name is mentioned, it just surpasses the threshold so quickly. Everything that we've seen, everything that he put OP through, and there's just more of it, and it just keeps coming. Like I said at the beginning, I can't believe I actually miss Unfortunate. But yeah, I do kind of see why OP would rely on Unfortunate, because the problem isn't as close to home. This is just some shocking stuff. I don't even have the words, as I said, so whew, I hope that you guys were able to enjoy it on some level at least. It is a beefy one indeed. I hope you like, comment, and or subscribe. Maybe share it around. Probably not this one, though. There's better parts and maybe even better videos to share around, because this is some heavy stuff already. And it's not like Bootbeard or Wheezy Beard where it's just like one bad part. Every single part, it just is a punch to the gut. So I don't know if you want to post that on your Facebook timeline, your Instagram, whatever you talk about over there. But I do hope that you will share something from the channel at the very least. Maybe also check out the links in the description. Yes, indeed. Plugs, playlists, podcasts. Oh, I mentioned Mr. and Mrs. Red X, mine and my wife's channel. I do hope you'll check that out now that the video's over. Yeah. We've also got social medias. Oh, can't forget. Twitter, Discord, Facebook. Yeah, I'm everywhere. Also, Patreon and my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons. I would like to thank them. Jerry much. So thank you. Robert Waits, Logan Wolf, River Jerry, Blue Conrad Ingy, Captain Clown Jerry, Hong Kong, Aaron W, Twisted Child, Cinema Susie, Danny, Jerry, Nerdnick, For Auld Lang Syne, Fire Drake, Giggle Jerry, Hee Hee, Ayuri, the most different Jerry spelling, Jari, the pirate. God, gets me every time. Livingston loves Jerry, so does Red X, Rogue, Silent Revolver, Magdala Marshall Thornrose, the OG Jerry, Becca, Jerish Kitsune, Satori, 211 Jerry, The Return of Jerry, a Juggling Jerry's, a Krusty Carconian Cade. I love that too. There's so much alliteration. Alunia, Althea Blue, Anunnaki, Assassin Pug Jerry, Atheist Jerry, he's so euphoric, Grizzly, Bailey Joy, Bearded Jerry, watch out for that guy, Bitch Gremlin, Blade the Hero, Blameless Fish, Blip Bloop Jerry, but Jerry, it's cold outside, Camille Sarah, Commander Jer Tank, Deltarune Jerry, Dennis Dayton, Dinosaur Nightlight, Disposable Waifu, Aaron Lennox, Frozen Over Studios, Gypsy, Hadrian BR, Heathcliff, Itchy Nuts, just scratching, bro. Pimp named Jay Crisp. Yes, you have to say the whole thing. JM Coon, Jennifer Schaefer, Jerry Big Nuts, aka Mr. J, Jerry Blacktail, Jerry
Lady Nix.
Jerry the Small Jerry did the other Jerrys. Ooh, Jerry the Outlaw Mother Trucker. Honk, honk. John Hero. John Jerry Jingleheimer Schmidt. Welcome to the fold, my friend. That name is my name, too. Jolly Black Jerry. Simbufa gives if your boofing is free. K. Jerry W. Kajau. Crewhee, Miss Monday, Lord Lionel, Jackass Rule, Melgar the Destroyer, Natari, Nightmare Jerry, Origami Jerry, Steve. Congrats on the marriage. Panda Prince Jerry, Phantom of the Pines, Jerry Kinson, Jerry Beth, Rose Jerry Miller, TSM Kirby, Safe Spaces Hate Satire, Sarita the Lolita, Serrated Ash, Staples, aka Jerry Yeet, Stephanie Goodner, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tamago, Tato Ferret, Teddy the Police, Tenta Monster, The One True Fusky, Tom, but it's the Jerry on the inside that counts, Church, Treeberg, Vigilante Justice, Viking Jerry. We're getting worried. Marble Jerry's been missing for a month, and the roller rinks never heard of him. What does the beard say? Will Mags, Comrade Mooney, Kira, you're a wizard, Jerry, Redwind, Goose says honk, Naga Viper, Psy Jerry the Cyborg, a normal Jerry. I've just been informed that Red X Cringe sandwiches have 0 calories, and in that case, I'm having seconds. Okay, but don't binge the cringe too much. It might have some unintended effects like inside your brain pods, but I don't know. We're still doing the science on all that. Hunter of Jerry, Devourer of all things tasty, it is Tom, Admiral Tom Tank, Alunia, Amara, Atomic Jerryzilla, Breaker of the Tom Army, AZ, Banished Knight, Babushka's Irradiated Jam, Broken Spine Horseradish, the original different Jerry, that's Cake Jerry, yeah! California Jerry Girl, Canadian Lynx, Carrot Jerry, God of Veggies, good for your eyes, Cha-cha-cha-chia, Jerry, Chris Meska, Cinnamon Buddy Dog, Tigerian Princess Furry Worry Woo Jerry, Cryptiddies, Cupid Jerry, Defon Jerry, Electrical Fennec, Ghost of Alpha, He Not, HMT Mayor, Holy Berry Jerry, how's your short game, Jerry? Hydra Jerry, Jerry and Tom versus Santa Werebeard Apocalypse, Jerry in the Subaru STI. So specific. Jerry Binks. Jerry Aldo Rivera. Check out the mustache. Jerry Bean. Yum. Jerry Roxas. Yay. Jerry Tidings, dear friends. Jerry Role-Playing Game, aka Bloody Butterfly Gaming. Judge Jerry and Executioner. King Tom, Smasher of Jerry Zillas. Kitsykin, Crafty Kitty Cat, Life of a Guardian, Little Ann Woods, Lucia Lovecraft. Maybe next time, Midnight Sun, Milk Fed, Gimp, Miss Duchess, Not Invisible Angel. I see you. One Leg Jerry sings Jingle Bells. Hop up and down, jingle your bells. Origami Cam, Ghosty, Raptor Art. She's my Jerry Pie. Go drink a Mountain Dew, what a big surprise. I just love that. Solorian King, Snary, the Snom Jerry. Spoonie the Rogue, Steampunk Ellie, Terry. AKA the crippling duality of being both a Tom and a Jerry. Can he do that? I don't know if he can do that. Necro Jerry Con, the original Jerry, not the most different Jerry, maybe to Infinite Jerry and beyond. Definitely. Zestaboo Jerry, Tom Promise, Jerry swears. Oh no, bad Jerry. Tom be a good boy, don't swear, it's just facts, holy size. Go look it up, and by it I mean another Red X video. Goddamn. Sometimes it just hits me in the middle of reading all of these Jerrys, like how ludicrous it is that everybody's named Jerry, and I just start cracking up. It works on me every time. It's just the overwhelming number of Jerryness. It gets me going. I do hope some other people will consider signing up on the Patreon. Whether you want to be a Jerry or not, that's cool. You're welcome. You could even be a Tom if you want to. I mean, we don't discriminate around here. I'm just grateful for all of my Patreon subscribers and all of my potential Patreon subscribers. If you can't afford to do that thing right now, I mean, yeah, I just appreciate you coming on through, watching the video, especially if you've watched this far. So, I hope you will come back and do the same thing again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like, watching some more Red X videos. Yeah, that'd be cool. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I shall see you in the next one, and until then, bye-bye.